Hello, everyone, and welcome to another talk here. I'm going to start out here. I think I'm going to start out here with a little bit of playing, as I usually do, but I'm going to try to kind of get started on it a little sooner in the production, so I cross my fingers that this is all going to work well. All right. All right, everybody. So a little jam there on 500 miles high. So today I want to talk a little bit about phrasing, and so when we think about playing on different tunes, we might phrase in different ways. So playing on that particular tune, um, you might set out to do kind of different things, and the feel of it and the progression itself um, kind of guides you really into a certain maybe type of playing. And so as you can see here, I'm also using the more of the solid body guitar, so you're going to get a different sound out of that as well. Um, so let's start in here by thinking about, let's say, more traditional jazz phrasing, and think about some approaches to that. So when we think about a phrase, we're thinking about, say, statements. And so we can think about having a beginning to our statement and sort of a middle explanation, maybe, or middle section to it, and an ending to it. And a lot of elements to it. So the most basic is kind of what I'm just describing there, which is to play or not play. So let's take this tune a little bit, and then we'll get into kind of, let's say, jazz, more traditional jazz phrasing after that. So this tune is a little odd. The number of measures that it has just sort of kind of almost keeps it going in sort of a perpetual way. But let's talk about just kind of playing and not playing. So take, say, kind of a harmony, and then a starting point, and then maybe an ending point on it, right? So okay, and then a period of not playing, and then and as you're doing this, you're keeping in mind the harmony and making a statement that at least kind of makes some sense in that context, right? Okay. So I was just listening to Wes Montgomery a little earlier today, and noticing at how clearly the lines tell the story of the harmony as well in a very elegant way. He wasn't playing this tune, but that's just an example of what we kind of might set out to do. Okay, so that's most basic, kind of playing and not playing. So those are kind of things we want to do, and the hardest thing I think as a guitarist is not playing. So there's a certain challenge to that, because we don't. Well, there may be many reasons for it, but we think about our instrument, and how the hand is the hand does a lot of, um, in activities. It keeps busy, and does, if you're drawing something, you kind of sketch and you kind of keep the hand busy, and it can kind of go on pretty continuously. And I'm sure there are a lot of other activities, but it's hands very naturally want to kind of do something, and so I think that's a part of it. I don't know. Let me know what you think, but when we compare ourselves to other instrumentalists, we don't require breath with our instrument, right? So one thing that we can do is deliberately think about breathing with our instrument. So you could take a phrase and breathe outward, and when you're out of breath, you can stop, take an in breath, period of pause on the instrument, and then breathe out again with your phrase. So that can be a sort of natural and instinctive way, I think, to play, along with what we're doing. All right, so let's do a little more playing, and I'll play a little bit on Solar. This is a tune that I like to play on a lot. So I'll play along with it here, and let's take it a little slower. I actually like to play it pretty fast, but I want to just kind of demonstrate some of those ideas of just playing and not playing. Sounds very simple, but you have a phrase and you just gonna stop and start. All right, so again, hopefully all this works out nicely enough. Okay, so thinking there about kind of deliberately um, not playing between between statements and making statements, and what this really kind of leads to is to give the give the improviser a little moment to reflect back, I think, on the previous statement, and so then you might that statement might influence your next phrase. And then you have these kind of connected ideas and can create and work with themes and find phrases that are maybe similar but different. Kind of let it move as you're kind of playing through. So let's talk a little bit about dynamics in playing phrases and statements. So varying the volume in general can help to keep our listeners engaged, and then help to keep us kind of keeping everything fresh and moving along. So any individual note, we can just try to make it, maybe even just a little bit different than the note before. But we can also come up with some kind of schemes on how we might play phrases with maybe an idea of sort of a continuum of playing. So let's say we start a phrase a little bit soft, maybe increase the volume a little bit, right, and then bring it maybe down again. Okay, so that's a very effective just kind of arch that you can do to work with your phrases. Of course, they don't have to be just like that, but that can be helpful, I think. So. Okay, so excuse me. So we can practice our phrases and work on different dynamic things. So what if we start a little bit loud and then move from there? So. Or maybe start soft and get gradually louder. So. Okay, so just a lot of little things that we can do to kind of keep the interest there, and work to shape our phrase. So let's spend a little time with some of our tunes of the month. I wanted to start with something just a little bit different, and I might do a live stream tomorrow, see how that works out, but I might do a live stream on the main channel with some of these tunes, and so let's play a little bit on Atras de Porta, and work on some of these ideas of playing with dynamics, and so see if you can listen for some of those. outlines as far as dynamics go. So let's go back to some brushes here and play this. Everything should be good. All right, here we go. Okay, so they're kind of working with that dimension of trying to work on, the dynamic range, the nearly inaudible, or the kind of much louder, um, and that and the background is fairly static as far as the dynamics. So of course you could bring that into your arrangement too, or with your group, to bring things up and down. But as far as we're thinking about our phrasing, um, we can take those levels, in and out of where the rest of the ensemble is. Okay, so another thing I'd like to talk about with phrasing, and this is something that can help to create some, let's say, excitement, or just some liveliness in your phrases, is to accent on the end of the beat. And you can take a lot of things that we've talked about, especially with those even numbers that we talked about yesterday, or bebop scales and things. So let's say we're working, let's say, at this tune. And try taking, let's say, the note plays a little bit soft, and then play at the end of the beat a little louder. Okay, so. Or you might play, let's say, a major 7 there, so. Which kind of makes a little more, on the way up, kind of pulls us towards that E there a little bit. So that idea of playing on the end of the beat really strongly, and then on the beats themselves, just playing a little bit softer. So we can apply that to many chords here. Let's take the F sharp 7, flat 9, right? So we have, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, right? So we're actually playing the chord tones pretty softly, and we're playing those notes that are non-chord tones a little bit louder in the course of the phrase. And so you wouldn't necessarily need to do this on every end of the beat, but it's something that to add in, where you kind of feel it to just keep. You could almost get like another rhythm kind of going, so you have this higher dynamic range for your accents, and then you have this other note. Maybe you're doing continuous eighth notes, and you have this other kind of rhythm sort of jumping out. So you could even come up with little schemes like that, and it doesn't have to always be the and. So you could have cases where maybe you play a phrase and you try accent maybe every third note, or odd numbers again will work pretty nicely on this. So every third note or every fifth note, so you say, just kind of counting, say with 1, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so then you get this kind of really get kind of like a dotted quarter sort of effect. So let's do a little bit playing with that on or with that concept in general on Days of Wine and Roses. And go from there. Let's see, let's go back to kind of a swing feel on this one. And just a reminder to folks who are checking this out on the podcast that this is available as a video to members on the YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out. I wonder if it may have gotten rid of my drum groove I had going. Let's see what we got. Let me see if I can find something here real quick that will work for us. Let's try maybe some brushes. I've been kind of working with brushes here quite a bit. Let's see if we can find a nice groove for that. Let's see. See what we can see. Grooves here. And get this going, hopefully. All right, maybe we'll try a swirl groove around. Why not? Haven't done a lot of that. So yeah, I'm working on getting a little bit of rhythm section together for Days of Wine and Roses. I want to put together a video for that. Oh, there it is. Let's try this out, see how it sounds. For another video coming out here pretty soon, hopefully. It's pretty simple arrangement, so I think that'll be good. All right, so we're thinking about accenting and all that. So let's play a little bit. So I don't know if that showed up on the MIDI neck or not. Probably not very well, but um, I had that screen up, but that's well, not sure how that went because I wasn't looking at it. But I meant to have the other screen. Okay, so there are probably some more things that we could definitely get into, which could maybe kind of couple with some other things, like maybe playing behind the beat, ahead of the beat, with the beat. But I think we covered a lot, but those are some other things to maybe kind of think about. And let me know if you have any additions that you'd like me to include on another live stream. And so thanks for checking this out. Hope you all enjoyed it, and trying to keep things a little varied as far as backing tracks and things. And it does also, when I listen back, I think about playing too, and what kind of trying to keep it a little bit fresh, and think about some different lines and things. I think I'm not even gonna loop this. I'm just gonna let it kind of go. But I'll play one more here. Somewhat quickly. So this is our other blues tune. I've been meaning to work with turnarounds here a little bit, but haven't done that quite yet. But let's go back to our blues here and play. See how this all lays in. We'll play a little bit somewhat quicker. All right, thanks again for checking this out. I'm gonna play one more tune and then call it a day here for today. Try to keep an eye on things. Well, I think I'm just gonna let it run through. We'll see how it goes. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for checking out this live stream, checking out this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day and a great practice session ahead. See you in the next one.